Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I've been talking about doing a debt payoff video for a while now, and the time has finally come. I know becoming debt-free is a huge goal for many people, including myself. The past 3 years, I've been sharing my financial journey with you guys, sharing how I'm budgeting, how I'm setting financial goals, and achieving those goals. But today I'm going to dive deeper into how I'm going to pay off $5,000 of debt in the next 6 months. If you haven't watched my mid-year reset or the video I did back in January, then you may not know that one of my big goals for 2025 is to pay off $10,000 in debt total. I paid off $5,000 so far now that it's July, so I really am excited to hit this goal come December, but I know that I need a game plan to stick with it. Even more than just the $5,000, I want to make sure I'm putting that money in the right debts, in the right amounts. We're going to get into all those details today, and I'm so excited to share how Copilot in Excel is helping me do that. So shout out to Microsoft 365 for sponsoring this video, because Copilot is the ultimate game changer to help me figure out the smartest debt payoff strategy and help me track my progress. Plus, Copilot is already integrated in Microsoft 365 products like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, making it a seamless transition into my daily life. Whether you're brand new to budgeting and stumbled across this video, or you have some lofty finance goals like myself, I'm really excited to bring you all on this journey, and hopefully this video motivates you and makes debt payoff seem a little bit more girly and fun. Okay, so I am going to be using an Excel sheet for all of this, and if you've never used Copilot before, it's very easy to find and use. You can find it in Excel in the top right hand corner right here. Copilot is an incredibly smart AI tool that can help you in so many aspects of your work and life, but today I'm going to be showing you how I'm using it to help figure out my payoff strategy for my student and car loans. So the first thing I'm going to do is just create a basic table that outlines the current debts I have and all of their details. So I made columns that say the debt name, the starting balance, the interest rate, minimum payment, if I'm going to put extra payments, the total payment, etc. And this simple table is giving me a clear overview of what I owe, and it's going to help me keep everything organized in one place. I first want to see how much money I need to put towards debt payoff every month for the next 6 months to pay off $5,000 in debt. And this is where Copilot makes my life so much easier. So I'm going to prompt Copilot here on the right hand side. Using this table, help me create a payment plan so I can pay off my debt in the next 6 months. And as you can see, Copilot is taking the information and data from my sheet and giving me a formula that is going to help me know how much to pay off. So this showed me if I want to pay an equal split between my two debts, I need to pay $416.67 per month to both of these debts. And then by December, I will have paid off $5,000 total between the two. But I want to take my game plan a step further and compare two very popular debt payoff strategies, the snowball method and the avalanche method, and see which method I should go with to help pay off my debt in a smart way. So I'm now going to say to Copilot, looking at this table, how would I pay off my debt using the avalanche method? And here's what Copilot responded with. To pay off your debt using the avalanche method, you prioritize paying off debt with the highest interest rate first, while making minimum payments on all your other debts. And it gives me a step-by-step guideline of how to do that. And it gave me a formula for extra payment allocation. So this is going to tell me how much extra of a payment I should make on that higher interest debt per month. All I have to do is copy it and paste it right into my table. So this is now telling me that my student loan should be paid off first, and I should be putting $491.67 toward my student loan every month till it's paid off, still paying the minimum payment on my car loan, which is $338. And then once my student loan is completely paid off with that higher interest rate, I can then allocate that extra $492 to my car payment. Now I'm going to say to Copilot, looking at the table, how would I pay off my debt using the snowball method? The snowball method is a little different, where instead of looking at the interest rate, you are going to first pay off the debt with the smallest balance. This is where it gets a little interesting for my two debts, because both answers lead to my student loans. Student loan has a higher interest rate and it's the smallest debt, which makes it so obvious that I should pay off my student loans first, but I was actually doing the opposite. I was trying to pay off my larger car payment. This is new news to me, but I'm excited to start implementing it. Snowball method, identify the debt with the smallest balance, which for me is my student loan. Allocate payments, track the remaining balance, and then repeat to the next one. So it's like a snowball of you start small and it grows to your bigger debts. Copilot also gave me a formula for the snowball method allocation. So I'm going to copy to my clipboard, paste it right into my Excel sheet, and as you can see, it gave me the same answer like I described. So now I know that this game plan is set and this is what I have to follow. And so now I know the strategy that is going to save me the most money in the long run. I wanted to see if I was making this $492 payment a month on my student loans, how long it would take me to pay off that loan completely. So then in this payment date column, so I prompted Copilot, if I pay $492 on my student loan debt, how many months would it take me to pay off? And it created a formula to calculate this for me, which again, saves me so much time and energy. And it told me that it would take 4 months to pay off this debt completely, which is really motivating. You know, I'm like, okay, if I just increase my monthly payments there, then I can pay this debt off in 4 months and then put even more money towards my car payment and hopefully pay that off in a shorter, I will pay that off in a shorter amount of time too, if I'm putting this extra money towards it. So by tracking my debt payoff, by estimating my timeline and comparing strategies, I can know I'm making the best financial decision when it comes to my debt payoff. I'll make sure to have the link in the description box so you can try Copilot in Excel for yourself. The next time you're working in Excel, I highly recommend giving Copilot a try. Now you may be saying, okay, Hannah, that's awesome. You know how much more money to put towards your debt each month, where to put it, makes the most sense, it's the smartest financial decision. How are you getting these extra monthly payments? Let's talk about another game changer that can help when paying off debt sooner, which is increasing your cash flow. So to have extra funds to put towards extra payments, I need to either cut back in spending and save more money or increase my income. So first, let's talk about increasing income. This is where, as an independent contractor, as a freelancer, an entrepreneur, it is a little bit easier for me to increase my income compared to someone who may be in a salary job. I can work with new brands, I could increase my hours at my part-time job, or as you guys know, I got my real estate license this year, and so adding on this other career to my portfolio, I'm hoping to increase my income. And so after a few real estate transactions, I'm really hoping to have enough money to put towards extra monthly payments. And so looking at the Excel sheet, if I need to start paying $492 a month towards my student loans, plus my minimum payment on my car is $338, that is $830 a month that I need to be putting towards debt. However, I know my job is unique in that sense, and so if those options aren't available to you, let's actually ask Copilot for some side hustle ideas or small things we can do on the side to increase our income, even if you have a full-time job. What's great is I can do this right in Excel, actually. I don't even have to leave my debt payoff spreadsheet. Let me go back into Copilot. I'm gonna ask, what are some side hustles I can do to increase monthly income even with a full-time job? Copilot's response is, there are plenty of side hustles you can consider. Here are some ideas: freelance writing, being a virtual assistant, rideshare driving, pet sitting or dog walking, online tutoring, freelance web design, transcription, selling artwork, affiliate marketing, taking online surveys. And you can go even further into the search, really using Copilot to help you map out a strategy for how you want to increase your income. But the other way we can have more dollars to put towards debt is by cutting back expenses, saving money. In my mid-year reset video that I recently uploaded, I shared how I use Copilot to highlight my biggest spending categories and highlight areas where I might be able to cut back even temporarily. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I'll link it in the description box so you can go check it out. I started asking myself, like, maybe I can eat out less often, switch to more affordable phone plan, pause a few streaming subscriptions. For me, I had some major life changes these past few months. I moved home back to my parents for the next 6 months while I get ready for my next life transition and move. And so for the next 6 months, I am already cutting back on my rent expense I was paying about $1,500 in rent in Nashville every month. So that is obviously a huge way I'm cutting back. And my plan also is to put that money, $830 of it that I would be paying in rent that I'm not anymore, towards my debt payoff. But again, I know my situation's different, and so if you don't have as big of a life change that gives you these money saving aspects, then definitely look into the budget. And it may just be small tweaks here and there. I love challenging myself every now and then with a no spend week. I would do this all the time, especially in college and recently in post grad. I'll be like, okay, this week I'm spending no money that's not necessary. So no going out for a little coffee, no going out to eat, no random Target runs. Like, we're only buying groceries and the necessities for the next week. And it's kind of a fun challenge. Maybe I'll do one for you guys and film it and bring you all along. But even little things like that, try to make saving money exciting, which can be hard at times, but I promise with little challenges and just being on top of it, it makes it all less intimidating. Okay, my last tip that I'm going to share is to help keep myself accountable. I'm going to do that by setting up automatic transfers so that those savings or the extra income goes directly to my debt payments. Like it's getting out of my personal spending accounts and going into a separate account that I know is for my debt payoff. Out of sight, out of mind. I just know watching my debt balance drop faster than expected is going to be so encouraging and so motivating. I'm going to keep tracking my progress in my Excel sheet using Copilot to visualize how those extra payments are helping me move forward quicker. I can also track how much money I'm saving by paying less interest, by paying these debts off quicker, which again, so motivating. It's so great to visualize this because I think that is a key motivator. Seeing how much money I'm saving while also seeing that debt drop is what's going to keep me going. And I highly recommend to visualize and keep track of it for your own motivation too. All right, and that is my $5,000 debt payoff plan. I feel really confident about this. For a while, I was, in like February, I was like, how am I going to pay off $10,000? Like that just seems like so much. But halfway through the year, I feel like I've put the right habits in place. I have the right strategies in place. And now I know that I'm using the smartest strategy possible to make the most of my debt payoff. Thank you again to Microsoft 365 for sponsoring this video. Again, I will have the link in the description if you want to try Copilot in Excel for yourself. Let me know if you guys are going on a debt payoff journey. You don't have to be like me and share all the nitty-gritty details, but just let me know if this video was helpful or inspiring for your own debt payoff journey. I would love to hear that. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.